Module Overview. Module 8 offers a comprehensive analysis of the profound transformations that the digital revolution has brought to global cinema. From the way films are created, distributed, and consumed to how audiences engage, critique, and contribute to the medium, this module explores the transition from analog to digital technologies, the birth of online streaming platforms, and the rise of interactive storytelling, transmedia narratives, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality (VR) in cinema. The digital era represents not merely a technological shift, but a paradigm change in the aesthetics, economics, ethics, and accessibility of film. This module will unpack how digital cinematography, nonlinear editing, CGI, and internet-based platforms have democratized filmmaking while also raising new challenges such as data sovereignty, oversaturation of content, piracy, and algorithm-driven curation. Furthermore, the module considers the cultural implications of a globally connected film ecosystem, exploring how digital cinema has amplified voices from marginalized communities, enabled collaborative transnational productions, and inspired new cinematic languages. It also explores the future, where AI is directing trailers, deep fakes are challenging authenticity, and the metaverse threatens to redefine narrative immersion.
By the end of this module, you will understand the evolution from celluloid film to digital cinema and its technical foundations. Analyze the impact of digital tools on directing, cinematography, editing, sound, and VFX. Explore the rise of online distribution platforms and their implications for global film culture. Evaluate how social media, user-generated content, and fan communities are reshaping storytelling. Predict emerging trends such as VR cinema, interactive films, AI filmmaking, and the metaverse. From celluloid to code, the digital turn. Analog film, traditional 35mm and 70mm film stock. Physical editing, chemical processing, high costs. Signature grain and visual texture. Digital film, introduced in the late 1990s with films like Star Wars, Episode II, Attack of the Clones, 2002. Digital cameras, e.g. RED, ARRI, Alexa, Blackmagic. Advantages, cost-effective, real-time monitoring, greater mobility, digital editing and workflow, nonlinear editing software, Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, Avid, visual effects, VFX pipelines using After Effects, Maya, Blender, sound design, enhanced mixing through Dolby Atmos, 3D spatial audio. Online distribution and the streaming economy. Rise of streaming platforms, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, HBO Max, Hulu, iRocco TV, Showmax. Original productions, Roma, The Irishman, The Platform. Access to international markets enabling niche and foreign language content. Content democratization. Filmmakers bypass traditional gatekeepers, studios, distributors. YouTube, Vimeo, and TikTok as cinematic platforms. Emergence of short films, web series, and vertical cinema. Challenges. Algorithm bias. Curation driven by viewership patterns. Market saturation. Thousands of releases per year. Harder to find audiences. Global monopolization. Power concentrated in tech conglomerates. New visual aesthetics and storytelling forms. Digital aesthetics. Hyperrealism. Lens flares. Crystal clear resolution. 4K, 8K. Long takes and dynamic movement enabled by lightweight cameras. Found footage and mockumentaries. Paranormal Activity, Searching, The Blair Witch Project. Leveraging digital tools for realism. Hybrid and interactive forms. Bandersnatch, Netflix. Choose your own adventure narrative. Games and films merging, e.g. Detroit, Become Human. Multi-screen and transmedia. Storytelling across multiple platforms. Film, web, social media, comics. Marvel Cinematic Universe as a leading example. Artificial intelligence, CGI, and virtual filmmaking AI in pre-production and post-production. Script analysis, casting predictions, trailer editing by AI, e.g. IBM Watson for Morgan. Deepfake technology for de-aging, recreating dead actors. CGI and motion capture. Full digital characters. Gollum, Thanos, Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Real-time rendering with Unreal Engine used in The Mandalorian. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, immersive experiences, 360-degree films, interactive environments. Challenges include viewer agency, nausea, and limited narrative structure, ethical concerns, authorship, data privacy, synthetic actors, and authenticity. Digital cinema and global access digital film festivals. Venice VR. Sundance Digital Lab. Toronto's online screenings. Pandemic accelerated virtual events and global participation. Cultural hybridity. Transnational collaborations. Korean American films, Nigerian diasporic films. AI-generated subtitles, dubbing, enhancing access. Fan culture and participatory audiences. Fan edits, mashups, remixes, parodies. Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Patreon for indie films. Open source and DIY filmmaking. Low-budget creators using open-source tools, Blender, OBS Studio. Growth of mobile phone cinematography, e.g., Tangerine, shot on iPhone 5S. The future of film, metaverse, NFTs, and beyond. Cinematic metaverse, virtual cinemas, 3D avatars, immersive film spaces. Metaverse studios experimenting with spatial storytelling, NFTs and blockchain, tokenizing films for funding and digital ownership. Questions of access, royalties, and exclusivity. Digital preservation and archiving, cloud storage, digital degradation, and migration strategies. AI-based restoration of classic films. Evolving viewer experience, shift from passive watching to interactive engagement. Hyper-personalized recommendations, critical reflection questions. How is the digital era reshaping traditional notions of authorship and audience? Can storytelling remain meaningful in a saturated digital content economy? How do global algorithms shape which cultures get visibility? What are the ethical boundaries of synthetic actors and AI-generated content? Will cinema as we know it survive or morph into new hybrid forms?